Yes.
All right, as it is 7 PM, we will call the public hearing to order to discuss the 2025 proposed budget and levy. Do you have a synopsis for us, Tracy?
So I took the levy that we had proposed, proposed budget that we had agreed on in June. And I tried to make some adjustments with November's numbers to kind of give us a little bit to help bring the taxes down just a little bit if possible. This still includes a 3% COLA increase for all the employees and 6-month overlap for Dave's potential replacement in there. So I was able to get it down to about a 5.14% increase. Is there any questions on anything in the budget?
I reviewed them and Tracy and I spoke on the phone and I think everything was good. I would recommend
I'll trust it.
that would pass when it comes time.
Nothing jumped out at me that was appeared out of order that we could make any significant adjustments on, so.
I think we have to feel fairly good that it's 5%. I think Renville County, if I'm not mistaken, is at 5 point something. Renville County EDA was at 9. Some of our neighbors, I think, are talking about 5. So I think being in that range, cost, infrastructure costs, there's just a lot of things that drive it up, so I'm, as much as everybody would like it to be 0, it can't be. We're gonna try to take care of the community, so.
Well, if you just look at the 2018 improvement, what we need in the debt service just for that is that 25,000 more. Yeah,
Yes.
So
25,000 right there.
when you break down that 5.14% increase in total, our operating budget increase really is only 1.3%, and the debt service budget increase is a 3.84, and so that's really what's driving the 5%.
It's unfortunate, a standard cost of living increase that people receive in wages doesn't seem to keep up with the increase on any other class.
Yeah.
All right, any additional questions, comments, or concerns? If not, we will close the hearing. And we will call to order the regular December city council meeting. If the council's had time to review the claims for payment and the minutes from last month's meeting, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve, Neil.
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve. Any further discussion? None heard. All in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Land use permit for Big Iron.
Dave was not able to make it, he kind of looked over it, land wise, and I thought Declan was gonna try to come, but he must not have been able to make it either. He had some prior commitments and didn't know Dave was gonna be gone until today. So the land use portion of it, they thought it would be okay, property wise from all the setbacks and everything. However, I have sent the building permit as well over to Darren for his review, because they're calling it a quote unquote mobile office, but it kind of looks more like a trailer house, and so he had some reservations and questions on the building permit, so he's gonna be in contact with them. For the land use portion, from what I've gathered, it doesn't seem like there should be an.
What are the setbacks? Because there's nothing's written in there.
It's, their main thing is, I think,
Where is it?
it's,
Oh, here.
yeah. So this is not an actual road. If you look at the
Yeah.
county's GIS map, And they own this property as well,
Yeah,
so,
this
is
extends
their-
out further than this.
yeah. And this is their.
What are we
current-
talking about?
This,
Just for clarity.
this is the new, I guess, mobile office. So they have this shed that's right there that's already farther.
But what's not, what isn't a road? I'm
What
sorry.
it
Oh,
says.
Ash.
Ash is
Avenue,
not, doesn't
that's-
extend out that far?
No, if you look at the county, GIS maps and everything, we have an easement, but the road technically ends before that.
The city's road ends before that.
Okay.
So there really is no island volume road?
No. I think that's more so their driveway.
A couple of questions I had were, I agree, it looks to me like it's a trailer house. So I guess I was curious about what our guidelines or ordinances are pertaining to that.
So I went looking for that, cause right away when I realized that, and we have ordinance, I believe it was ordinance 184. But that speaks specifically to residential and not commercial. So I didn't really see anything regarding trailer house type things in commercial.
This reminds me of what you would find at like a construction site, when they
Yes.
bring in
Yeah.
that mobile office or
Yeah.
that trailer house that just serves as a mobile office. But is their intent to leave it there forever?
I don't know. I had very little actual communication with Big Iron themselves.
So Big Iron is requesting the permit.
Yes,
Who owns the land?
Sullivan.
So have Sullivan's, shouldn't they be party to this also?
I would think so,
Seems logical to me.
yes.
So does Sullivan own all of this now?
So when I look,
Okay.
per the tax record, I
Oh.
should say that, per the county tax records, Sullivan owns the ballroom and the shed in the back.
And that, did you call or is that just what it says on there? 'Cause sometimes there's a, from the time the sale goes through to the time they get it,
I
you know.
have not
Okay.
called,
Okay.
since Big Iron has been there for a
Okay.
while. The county has been pretty good at keeping those things up to date
Okay.
more recently.
Okay.
So right now, again, the inspector, Darren
Yeah.
is looking at, Darren's reviewing
Yep, I
the
sent,
specs.
sent the land use and all of the building permit information over to Darren.
So he would have to approve the building permit application.
Yes.
Darren would have to, but he doesn't do anything with
The land
setbacks
use
or land
portion.
use.
Well, I don't know if we dare table it, but I wouldn't mind, I'd like to get a little understanding about if Sullivan owns the land, to me, they should be party to this permit request. That seems like it's follow in my mind. And then that would allow Darren time to review the permit and the application.
Yeah.
This isn't there yet, is it?
Not
I
as of,
believe they have started working on it, which is how I
Utilities.
found out about some of the stuff, because of contractors calling me asking questions.
the pad is there and what would appear to be the electrical, the utility. But,
So it's not
But the
really
building
mobile.
itself.
if
Well, yeah, if they're
already-
intending to put water and sewer and electrical, that doesn't seem,
But
Yeah,
if
it's
it's
not
living on
mobile.
wheels, they can call it mobile?
well,
It's-
in this thing, it says tie utilities for
Yep.
mobile office into. So I mean, I don't know about the water and sewer, but I think,
I believe that that's their intent as well. Is to put water and sewer over, but at the same time, like if you have an RV pad, you can have all the hookups right there, like campgrounds will have an
Yeah.
RV pads with. So. And they may be looking at it more so from that perspective.
well, I would, I don't know what others think, but I think Sullivan should be either, maybe they make, if it's their land, to me, it makes the most sense
We
that
really-
they are involved, at least,
We really shouldn't be approving something for somebody who doesn't own the land, and that seems kind of.
Yeah.
not
So-
Right.
can we table it until Darren has a chance to look at it and see what he, I don't know.
If maybe a Big Iron could just get something in writing from Sullivan? Is that possible? Do you have a number for somebody? Big Iron? I mean, because as far as the setbacks, that everything's okay there.
Yeah, I will, from the email that it came from me, I will try to contact him. I have an 800 number on here, so that's gonna be,
Or would you prefer to approve it pending
Pending approval from
approval
Sullivan.
from Sullivan
And
and
that the building permit gets, Darren approves the building permit.
I wouldn't mind
But I-
waiting, I guess, just to, but that's me.
just to review it again?
Do we feel like we've searched all of our ordinances? Is it only, excuse me, ordinance 184 that might be applicable? I mean, if somebody wanted to put a, like a 1060 Highway Avenue, somebody that's, was only commercial, somebody wants to put a trailer house there, is that acceptable?
I don't,
That to me, I mean, that's why I think we should try to make sure we're clear on it.
So that ordinance specifically speaks to residential. I don't recall any specifically commercial. Just don't get a lot of building permits that come through
Yeah.
to do something like this, you know? So,
yeah, because my first thoughts were, I didn't think they allowed trailer houses in town, so that's right away I went looking for that, and it clearly was said that it was for residential.
are you saying that's something in
But
the
it's-
city we don't want to have? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Okay.
for me,
So, yeah.
yes
for
it
you,
is.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
isn't, it's not intended to be lived in either.
What's an
No,
office?
This is an
I think
office.
that's the, yeah.
So here's
That's the
184.
distinction there is.
On a commercial property.
For resident, well, it says for residential purposes. And I guess this isn't for
So I
residential.
think if somebody, like you said, 1060 told the trailer home on there to live in, that would be against this ordinance,
but if they wanted to have an office there,
Office
it would
there.
be,
as long as it's an office. They're not living in it.
yeah, okay.
That's the way I understand it. You want me to table then?
Yeah, well, I guess if we need a motion to table it, I
think
would,
we should,
I would
because
move that,
They might be calling, I mean, Tracy's gonna have to respond.
yep, for further review by our building inspector Darren, and I would move to table it until we have clarity in regard to his review.
I'll second that motion.
Motion and second to table the land use permit for Big Iron. Any further discussion?
But my other point would be in having Sullivan, I don't know how we need to clarify that, but to me, they should be party to this. My opinion.
It should be listed at least in the,
Yeah.
as the owner of the property.
Well, and that they agree to it,
That they agree to it.
because if Big Iron leaves, we gotta deal with the people that own the land. That's my thought. So I don't know how to tie that into that motion. Tabling it for two reasons. One is Darren, and the other is getting clarity in regard to having Sullivan listed.
Ownership questions.
Thank you.
All right, there's no further discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Open forum. Anyone here to speak on anything not currently on the agenda? That was easy.
Pretty good on charts.
Moving on to resolution 20-24, the 2025 budget and final levy.
With the correction on the 2025 budget, with the numbers on the top,
Yeah.
I already made the official.
I would make a
correction.
motion to approve resolution 2024.
Second, Neil.
Motion and second to approve. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. West Central Technologies phone system proposal.
So before I even let them say anything, I just want to give them a big shout out because last week, Wednesday, we had our internet go down here at the office. And after a few hours of trying everything and calling MediaCom and calling Maple Island, our firewall, we determined that it was our firewall that had died. And so we were dead in the water. And the soonest we were gonna even, they thought it was potentially a power supply issue. But they were hoping that maybe they could get one overnighted to us. So we were gonna be dead without internet for a couple days. So because I knew this, we were looking at getting a new phone system and part of that was to upgrade our firewall. I gave West Central a phone call and said, what can you do to help us now? And so they were able to get us a firewall and lease it to us for the time being to help get us back up and running that day. So thank you. But we were looking at switching over our phone system to get off of the old copper landlines and kind of go to more of a cloud-based kind of work.
We talked about this last month,
Yes.
correct? Yeah.
And so when we kind of were waiting, and I did do some, check the references and stuff, which the council had asked, and everyone I talked to had nothing but good things to say. And that included other towns and other companies in general, and they had them for multiple years. Some were more recent, but a lot of them were more so.
So does this proposal include the firewall?
Yes,
So we would no longer have to pay Maple Investment, right? They're
Yeah.
no longer nothing, okay.
well,
Oh,
they do
so-
our
They do.
DNS hosting our email currently,
Okay,
which will cross that bridge once.
okay. And the internet we're doing, are we in the process?
Currently, we have MediaCom right now, but we could switch over to Lightbeam pretty much at any time. It's just when we feel comfortable with getting everything from our email switched over, which I would like to do now, but at the same time, I would prefer to wait till after year end is through and all
So-
of those.
When this system will be compatible with any internet or, right? Okay. Okay.
Yes, and so like, one of the questions I know last month was if we didn't have internet or internet goes down, what would happen with our phone lines? And they can verify, but I asked that question again to them. And we can get an app on our cell phones for this phone line, so we may not have had phone in the office here, but we still would have been able to have phone service using that app on our cell phones.
For calling out or receiving calls in?
Both.
Both. Gave us a recap last month. And I want to put my finger on that. I think I remember seeing it when I was, there it is.
So right now, we pay almost $900 for all of our phone lines. This will not replace all of them. However, it will replace a good portion of them, or some of them. It would give us an average savings of just under $300 a month in our phone service.
So explain maybe what the one-time upfront costs are and what the
Is that the 280 number?
Absolutely.
285?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. So,
You wanna sit up here?
Sure.
Yeah, need your table?
yeah, so you'll see on the proposal there are a couple different levels. The way some of these budget items are rolled out. So I'll speak to the upfront first of all. So obviously this is gonna take a fair amount of labor time and actually some hardware purchases to deploy out. On this particular quote, we have 3 phones, we have a firewall, and we have a switch. And also we have some project labor here. Looks like we're estimating 4 hours of project labor. And then also your first year licensing would be rolled into that. Your first month of our West Central Technology monitoring and management services, and also the first month of our partner SimSip, their subscription, I guess, is rolled into that. They are also proposing some project time to roll this out. You know, take some labor to work with your existing phone company to get these numbers ported over. So that's basically what that one-time cost is. It's all the project labor, all the hardware that we need to supply the city of Rhode Island with to get it going, and the first month or year of these subscriptions, the way they roll out. So
You can look at SimSip as like your centric, your phone
Okay.
phone provider. It's just using the internet services for making those connecting calls.
So in the 5,446, that's the fee to get everything up and going, right?
you need to add also the SimSip to that.
Oh, okay. Plus
So it'd
that.
be,
If you go back to this last page
Okay.
here, it kind of.
That 419 number?
Yep.
That 419, 322?
Yep.
Okay.
One thing to note on the firewall box there, it's a 3-year subscription for security services. So the total cost of that 1660 is the hardware of the unit. It's on page 3 of 5, you know.
Where am I at here? Let's see here. Back here. 1660, thank you.
Yeah, so that's a 3-year subscription license for all total security. So you can advertise that across multiple years if you want.
Okay.
The page back 1 year is the 1-year license, that's just the license for the phone system use.
So that'll be an annual fee, $195.
so you look at that as a software fee that we're procuring from this 3CX company.
And the 185 is equivalent to what we pay Maple Ohio.
Yeah.
Maple
Yeah.
Investment.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can say we have over 100 phone systems that are hosted on our cloud system right now. Countless others that, you know, are self-hosted internally. Not something I would recommend for you guys just because the infrastructure resources here. We have it rolled out from as small as a 2 to 4 user shop to 28 locations across the United States. So it's a vastly durable phone system.
We have a few deployments in town, and
Yeah.
they seem to be very happy with their
Great.
services as well.
Where's your office located?
We have one in Wilmer, we have one in Hutchinson, and then we have one in St. Cloud.
Okay.
And then a lot of your phone system won't be hosted out there, but we also have a data center that will host backups and stuff like that up in Alexandria. So,
So when something goes wrong, there's a,
yeah, the real nice thing about having your phone system hosted in the cloud is, God forbid anything ever happened here, firewall, tornado, any flood, natural disaster. Well, you can still get phone calls received if something were to happen in this building or there was a town emergency. It's not tied to this specific location. You know, it's in the ether. If you have an internet connection, you can get on your phone system, which is, you know, kind of the benefit of going to this type of model.
Yeah, so basically the way a lot of companies or organizations set this stuff up is in order to have that kind of redundancy to where you can have the cell phone capability is, we tie this app that maybe you'd make Tracy or ask kindly Tracy to download onto her cell phone, then every incoming call to this office number would ring straight to her cell phone simultaneously, so she will always be at work.
Yeah. Like, right here, this is my desk phone, right in Wilmer, right on my phone.
You can
So-
also program it to not ring after hours or whatever the case is.
There's multiple different things you can do. You can have it roll over to a cell phone if you would like, or you can just download the app. I mean, there's multiple different ways you can figure it, depending on what suits your guys' needs.
And we were going to have a number for you, a number for Dawn, a number for the maintenance crew, is that correct? I mean,
The different
Library.
extensions. Yeah.
that's good
Yep,
extensions,
different number for the library and then different extensions from.
okay.
We can't do the alarm, the water system.
Cannot, that's gotta stay with us, water sewer. Okay,
As far as like the line item underneath the firewall, which would be the PoE switch, that is what's gonna provide the connectivity and the power to your phones. It's just something that's a necessity that you need for, I think when Cole was here, we found out that.
The new firewall
Well,
only.
yeah, they only comes with 4 ports, but you needed more on there, but.
Yeah.
So this would replace the current hardware that's been here for quite some time, from what you can see.
Replace
I
and
don't want-
upgrade, so.
Want to be salesy, but your current hardware doesn't owe you a dime.
Our current hardware kind of died.
Well, the model of firewall that did die was end of life in 2017. So,
No, well, we got bonus years out of it
Yeah,
then.
you
yeah, there you go.
That's good. But yeah, I totally appreciate you guys having us in so we can answer any questions, it's and the opportunity to take a look at your network and make some recommendations, so.
Yeah, John's always answering his phone, so if you have any follow-up questions as well, or obviously here tonight, outside of what we've already covered, I mean, we're here to answer them, so.
what other large benefits, Tracy, are there that you see? I mean, so I understand the firewall should have died in 17. Maybe the rest of the system also, I don't know, but what other huge or big benefits?
One of it, the biggest one I see is our monthly cost savings. Because the landlines are just getting extremely expensive.
Yep.
Another one will be, hopefully Don can be able to just hit a button and send a phone call to me
Yeah.
versus having to get up with the phone, walk over into the doorway and say, Tracy, phone call,
Okay.
and wait for me to answer it. And it's just the major upgrade. And then also, like, if something happens, like this winter, I mean, the year I started with all the snow and being able to work from home and still being able to receive those phone calls if needed and not have to worry about who's in the office to answer the phones.
So we talked about if we would approve this, we could take that fee out of the municipal building outlay that we have. Or did you have a different thought on that?
I don't remember what that number was. I know we talked about it, but yes. But there's a decent amount in there.
That's what.
I've been putting them in the last couple of years and this last we're only 7. So
Yeah.
yes, there should be enough in there. to do that.
Stuff will be done next year, so.
Yep, and there's 10,000
We
in
haven't
for this
used,
year.
we haven't used any of it.
Yep.
Well, I think if I recall, last month, we pretty much hashed over the dollars, the fees, the upgrade, basically what it would be replacing. I don't think anyone had any issues. I think our only our only questions from last month were, it was a company we were not familiar with.
Absolutely, I
And
get that.
so that, yeah, so that was where can we look into references and,
Mhm.
yeah, sounds good.
So just one last point for me is with the 5446 and the 41923. So we've got about $5,865, $5,900. And if we go to that recap sheet, Tracy, that you have savings per month of $280.15. And you're showing that in 18 months, we'll get 5,000 of that back. So like in 21 months, we'll have covered
Yeah.
I'm just,
Yep, so it'll take about 18 months and then this new phone system won't owe us anything. We'll just see savings after that. Then that covers the one-time fees.
yeah, sounds like a no-brainer. How long do these type of systems,
Phone system? It's a software system, so it's running on a server in the cloud. It's just basically software upgrades. So it's a virtual system living on a server in the cloud.
Okay.
So as far as like hardware replacement pieces.
Yeah.
There really, on the phone system side, there really isn't anything. You might mean, if you were to run into anything, it'd be like a session border controller could go bad maybe in 3 to 4 years. I mean, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but if, as far as like hardware side of things,
Yep.
not very often.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Well, I think this is a good idea, switch systems. I would make a motion to approve, going with the new
West Central.
West Central.
technology and take the one-time fees out of the municipal building outlay that we have for this year.
I'll second.
There's a motion and a second on the table to approve the proposal from West Central Technology for a new and upgraded phone system. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Unanimous.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Mayor and Council, we appreciate it.
Yep, I appreciate you guys letting us talk.
Thank you.
What is the time frame? Well,
We could get this, I typically like to tell clients we can get things turned around in perhaps 30 days.
The biggest thing is the porting the number, from your previous carrier. That can take anywhere from 15 to 30 days once the port is submitted. So it all depends on the current carrier. I mean, within 30 days typically is this can be turned around,
Fusion.
depending on the port.
So have you had to switch from a Fusion system before?
Your old phone system won't matter.
Oh,
No, you just tell us what you guys want. The extension layout you want, 103, 102, 101, or however, 3-digit, 4-digit, I mean, it's all customizable. So,
And one of those things with that, like, so we have a separate phone number for the maintenance office.
mhm.
And if they can just have one of our extensions, can we look at potentially disconnecting that number instead of trying to port it over?
I'd be curious if people still call into that, 'cause then-
I've been told that we should, by Dave and Dustin, that we need to just get rid of that
Oh,
number.
Thank you.
Right.
honestly, I forgot there was even a phone over there.
Yeah,
They tell me that it's only telemarketers that call over there.
yeah, so,
When you have that, you know, let's say they call during hours, you can just transfer them over there, right? If they call after hours, you know, part of your answering thing can be, you know, press 4 for the shop or whatever the case is. So,
But they're seldom in the shop
Yeah,
anyway.
they
They're
never,
out and about and,
but what's the
Somebody
cool,
might leave
what's neat about this is you can have, if they press 4 and it rings their phone, if it can ring 3-4 times there, and if you wanted to, you could have that then carry over to their cell phone.
Sure. Said before.
So then it's like the find the user, find the carrier. Forget what they.
Or just leaving a message there too, right? So when they come in.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, you can do either one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, voicemails on every extension, so.
then you get You actually get an email with your voicemail and it's already, transcribed
Transcribed.
for you, so it's kind of nice.
I would like to give them the app on their phone and an extension and,
Works too.
Yeah.
because they carry their phones already, Dayton has a city cell phone.
I believe that's part of chief.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we we provide a phone for the sheriff's department?
That's right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You as well, stay warm.
Yeah, you
Great
too.
day.
All right, moving on to Public Works Maintenance Report.
So Dave ended up being out sick. Dustin, we were hoping to call, he was gonna come, but he had some potential prior commitment, so he wasn't sure if he was gonna make it or not, so. Obviously, he did not make it. The big thing was, thank you for getting the VFD drive approved. And so they got that installed last week. They started to try to work on the ice skating rink. Weather's not cooperating anymore. And then, I don't know, you all got the rest of Dave's.
So I saw his comment at the bottom, I would rather like go from when if he plans to retire, go from that date back up, not, I mean, I didn't quite understand that.
Yeah, and I don't
Sorry.
necessarily know if he has figured, I was hoping he was gonna be here so he could
Okay, yeah.
discuss that with you guys. I don't know if he's really figured out when exactly he wants to be done. He's talked about being, he knows that there's that 6-month overlap in the budget for someone to train. And kind of depending on when we get somebody in and how well that goes for training. He seems like he could be flexible with us on that.
I think it's really hard to hire somebody and then tell them, well, we don't know when you're taking over your position. I mean, that, we have to work back from when his last day is gonna be. That's what I think. I don't know how else you do it to something.
And can I assume his comment means hired and ready to start training by April 15th?
Yes.
And not trained in, ready to go April 15th?
No, I think he wants them hired, ready to start training by then.
And when would that, I mean, when we want to know when that person would actually have his job. I mean, he's gonna be,
Yeah,
how do we pay that person in training? We've never done that before, I don't think, but I don't work that out. It's like if we hire somebody and then, he decides not to retire and he's here for 2 more years, then what, I don't know, I think it's a little difficult.
I think
to
we
do.
need to have an official
Yeah.
retirement date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can begin a hiring process from that.
What if we didn't get nobody after he officially retires on paper? I mean, 'cause we went a whole year in our shop here, 1 full year. I just started today.
There are other options. You can hire like a people service company that would take care of the water and sewer. We'd probably just have to use more filling people to do more of the street stuff in parks. I know that's an option. Some towns use their services.
Mhm.
I mean, I think Dave right now is working in Cosmos it was in the paper,
The water license.
water superintendent,
Yeah.
so.
Helping them out, yeah.
Does he still help out in Lakeland Lake?
so I don't know if he has been or not. I didn't think that they were, but then I know Dustin had just told me today that Lake Lillian has kind of contacted him to see if he can maybe help out, because both Dave and Alyssa are wanting to be gone at the same time. So,
Or is he just a backup for them when Alyssa needs to be gone and he fills in?
right, and I think that's kind of more of the thing, and that's kind of what Dustin made it sound like. And so if I told Dustin if he's doing that, make sure he tracks all of his time, so that way there won't be any questions one way or another.
Mhm. So trees didn't get done this year.
They
Yeah.
have not been, no.
We're just not able to get a contractor, do you know? Okay. I'll wait for him. backhoe is down?
So that, well, we, I wanna say early spring. Way back in the springtime, he was down at the bird site moving some stuff in a big tree log or something he was trying to move. Gave the, like, more or less the hood a big bruise
Oh, yeah.
on it. And so now, and the insurance company told me to go find a new one, but they also understood that the backhoe was being used all summer long, so it wasn't able to be taken out of service to get the repair.
Then also the truck, we replaced one of the pickup trucks. Are the intent is to sell the old one then, or what do we, do we decide that?
So I think we personally, that when the new guy comes in, I think it would be nice to have it for the overlap, but then yes.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Because
Okay.
once Dave's
Yeah,
gone, and
yeah.
it's just the other guy to sell the.
And then there was one of the plow trucks or dump trucks, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know if it was this blue one.
Big
But
blue.
one of them that was in really bad shape, and we kind of thought, well, we'll hang on to it, but we don't want to put money into it. I think was kind of the,
I think
Is
that's
that-
the blue one.
I was trying to
And they're-
remember which.
they're-
It is.
Okay, so,
Yes, they
Yeah.
wanna limp that one along as long as they possibly
But-
can
so we
because
don't-
they,
yeah, we don't want to put a lot of money in, but he's
No.
getting estimates, it says.
yeah, and the box is completely
Yeah.
rusted through, but at the same time, they're just trying to see what it'll cost, cause it runs, supposedly I've been told that it runs okay, it's just that
The box rusted out, yeah,
Yeah.
except the transmission, the motor, they're fine. It's just the box rusted out at one given time. And like you see in here, it's the main one they use for hauling snow and tree.
mhm.
So
But could they use one of the other ones for that? I mean, we have other ones.
Like the Sterling.
I mean, we have a couple other ones, they would have, if the plow is on there, you'd have to take the plow off, I suppose, but it's not like you can't use it.
No, I
You
think
can
they
use-
like this one for the hauling of the snow too,
Mhm.
where
Okay.
you're hauling, you're in, the plows on the other ones, you know, hauling versus hauling.
But you're,
But even.
you're gonna haul when you're done plowing, that was my point.
Right, and even Dawn made the comment, she's like, that's, the blue truck's her favorite to run, to drive, so.
Alright, just wondering.
Yep,
Do you think if we could find a box at a reasonable price that you can approve it? I see what he's saying about wanting to keep this truck.
as long
to
as
just
it's,
remount a box
A
on it.
box,
yeah, I think that's what he's kind of looking for, and he's talked to somebody who it sounds like they may have a box that'll fit, or one close to it, but he doesn't want to spend a lot of money, from what I gather, on it, but he would like to get something to keep being able to use it.
Like a private party or a company or?
I wanna say it was a used private party,
Okay.
but don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure where or when.
All right, any other questions on the maintenance report?
The trees to be planted, you're gonna come down eventually, right? This winter?
Assume so.
So what he said on that, I believe, at a past meeting is he went around while the trees all still had leaves and identified trees that they were easier to identify when they were in block bloom and which ones were hazardous. So everyone that's flagged is not actually going to come down, but he wanted to at least flag it so that way he knew which ones need to come down
Okay.
later.
And he'll prioritize from there.
Yes.
And you have to give you a list, so, I mean, cause I know we'd get calls and it's nice to know ahead when you
Mhm.
an angry homeowner calling because one of the trees that's coming down. You wanna know why?
Okay, moving on. Item number 4. Hiring of Trenton Ziesmer as a new hire in the fire department.
Trenton is on the Olivia Fire Department now and works in Rhode Island, so he comes fully trained and would be able to be in town and help out during the day,
That's
during the
great.
week.
Yeah, that is great, but I seen on here you had back trouble. That wouldn't be a problem, would it?
I don't know that we're supposed to be giving us information. Oh, boy, funny.
I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something minor, like some of you guys are worth it, have that, but they move fine.
I have to assume if he's been approved and all of his, that
It would be fine.
Just correct.
he's.
Is it? I was just gonna ask you.
I would make a motion to approve the hire of Trenton Ziesmer for the city's fire department.
Also, I think,
Motion and second to approve the hiring of Ziesmer as a new hire in the fire department. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Fine.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. Reimbursement of $258.85 from the Fire Relief Association for equipment on the new fire truck. Looking for approval to accept the reimbursement.
So move, Neil.
I'll second.
Motion and second to approve. Any further discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Carried. And the one-day on-sale liquor license for the Bird Island Lions Club.
What this one is for, what event?
What is it for?
Oh.
No. What,
They need one for inside the bar when she's already got one.
December 22nd?
That's what I didn't quite understand. She has a liquor license. So I'm not quite getting that one.
Are the Lions benefiting a day or something?
Was it Sunday maybe?
22nd, what day is that?
No, I think that, I want to say that's on the, maybe this
Today's
is
the
Sunday.
ninth.
Yeah, it is. That's why she's closed on Sunday then.
Oh,
Right, that's why.
yep, Sunday.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have any issues with that.
Is that the Packer Vikings game? I have no idea, but usually they play each other
There's-
on Christmas Eve, that's.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'd make a motion to approve the temporary on-sale liquor license for December 22nd.
I will second that.
Motion and second to approve. Any further discussion? None heard, all in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed, same sign. Carried.
Okay, there were two things that did not make the agenda that I would like to, well, one thing that should have been on the agenda that did not make it on it. And that is the Bollock Engineering contract that I sent out late today. The other thing is that Don and I were talking and trying to figure out schedules with school closing and daycare closing and all that fun stuff around the holidays. Would like to ask the council if we could close the office all day instead of just half the day on both the 24th, Christmas Eve, and New Year's Eve. We will take vacation to take the mornings off, but we'd like to just be able to have the office closed those days.
The only thing that concerns me with the 24th is, you know what I'm gonna say. The last day to pay water bills is the 25th. And you could better believe there's gonna be people here. So that, I don't know. I don't
We
know.
would,
We
We
still
would-
can drop at the bank.
yes,
I know, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you're gonna get that.
and
You will
we're,
get that, so
we will
just
put it,
beware.
yeah, we'll make sure that we let
Put it
everyone
on.
know, we'll put it on Facebook, we'll put it
Yeah.
on the website, we'll put a note on the door right away tomorrow, so that way they have advanced
Advance notice.
notice.
Okay.
They're not
There's
just gonna come here that
There's
day.
just a lot of people coming.
Yes,
Can you add a reminder that
water bills
they
are
can,
due.
they can still drop their payment on that day? Just drop it at the bank.
The bank only takes it after hours, but that. If they're open, they won't take them. We'll take them after hours. But that's neat, is what it is.
Take it at the.
Can't they just
They
take it
don't,
at
they won't
the
take
box?
them inside at all. You have to remember that.
In the night deposit.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you could put them in the night deposit during the day. I don't know. I just know that happened before where
Well-
we have to
And we're already going to be closed
Yeah.
the
Did,
afternoon.
so did,
For holiday.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, so
So did Dawn put it on the, cause she would usually put them on the bill cards, did she put, what did she put on there?
I didn't even read mine.
Cause a lot of times she'll put, where office is closed, whatever, and if she put in the afternoon on the 24th and not the full day,
I'm not sure.
then I would, you don't wanna go against what's already on the bill. I don't have a problem with it, just beware.
Yep.
Beware.
I was thinking I'd volunteer to just sit here and collect the water bill, but I gotta work that one too.
Yeah, it's, some people just.
So you're looking at all day on the 24th and all day on the
31st
31st.
instead of half days.
So you're saying you use vacay in the, for a half day?
Yep.
I don't have any issues with it as long as we get notice out to
Yeah,
to the
put it on
community, so they're
all the
aware.
avenues that we can. The only concern I would have if she did specify already on the bill statement that it was just gonna be the half day it's closed,
What about the city guys?
so.
Who work their half day?
That would be up to them if they wanted to. I think one of them is already planning on being gone that day. All day. Or at least one of those days. But we were just talking about,
Is it an
Scheduled
option
this
to
morning.
close, to lock these doors and just leave them, so they have access to the drop box inside? And then
That would be a good idea.
potentially, but it. we just
Dave or
have to
Dusty could
Just
lock the
makes-
door at noon?
Yeah.
Somewhere to put cold water bills here, just in case somebody, that would be a good idea. Just get one of those voting things that are, do we still have it?
Do you know about the blue box in the hallway?
Oh, what is it for? I do it online. I do everything
There
online.
is a
Okay.
blue box
Oh, for what? Oh,
on the table in the hallway, screwed to the table.
screw it.
It's been there for a
It's been
long
there
time.
I do
over a
everything
year.
online. I'm an online person. I'm not going on this crap if I don't have to.
I got that last summer, Deb.
We can still put an announcement,
Yep.
Yeah, just
That
do something.
the offices are closed, but
And make sure
Maybe
that
they
that's
can-
notice it.
and make sure that if
drop.
there was that notice that you say then that.
Yeah.
Disregard the notice on the back or whatever. I don't know how she usually writes that, if she puts December 24th. I mean, I don't know how she writes that, so, but, yeah.
So we make sure Dawn's office is locked, Julie's office, or Tracy's office is locked, and the other side is locked. So they'd have access just to this little
Yeah.
Yeah.
area.
Till noon and then
vestibule.
That's
Get
good.
locked in.
Mhm.
Do we need this to be an action item or?
I don't necessarily know if it needs to be an action item, we just wanted to make sure that the council was okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
And as far as the agreement between the city and Bollig Engineering,
So I haven't even had a chance to read through this whole thing myself, to be honest. I did send it over to, one of the people at the League of Minnesota Cities for his review as well, where he reads over hundreds of contracts for all the different cities. I wouldn't mind potentially if the council would like to, I'm not sure if that's something that you guys would like me to send over to our lawyer just to,
I think for this one, this is a zero fee. I think the first one that comes through, that it's a dollar amount
well,
attached,
in
then, or is
so
this gonna be
there's
just one?
two
that-
things
Okay.
here. So the first 8 pages is the contract between us and Bollig overall.
Oh, okay,
And then the last
Oh,
page,
gotcha.
as our engineering firm.
gotcha.
yes,
Okay.
as our engineering firm,
I didn't get a chance to read it.
sorry. And
Yeah.
then, yes, the
Yeah.
task order number 1 is the
Okay,
zero fee.
yeah, that would be, I think the engine, yeah, I think the attorney should look through it. Oh, yes,
I think our attorney should.
So, yeah. The other one's fine, I mean, it's doesn't cost anything.
After everything we've learned about
Yeah.
Island Living's contract, we absolutely are gonna have our attorney. Yeah, I think.
Do we want to have a motion and vote in place pending review of the attorney?
Sure, I'll make that motion. We're gonna approve task order number 1, along with approving the engineering agreement contingent upon attorney approval.
Yeah.
Okay. Both things.
Or would you prefer wait?
Me, I'd prefer to wait. But, because I suspect he's not gonna, there's a motion on the floor. so.
You prefer to wait.
And it may die for lack of a second.
Tick. Okay,
Calling for a second?
You're not gonna trust our attorney, is that what you're saying? What you're saying?
no, I absolutely.
Motion dies for lack of a second.
Okay. My point is, I think he's gonna look at it and just make a few comments, is all I'm assuming, is that he's gonna say this, you understand that it reads this way and this way and this way,
Oh, I see
rather
what
than
you
just say, yeah, go ahead, sign it.
mean. Yeah, I see what you mean.
That's the only
Yeah,
reason I was
yeah,
hesitating,
yeah,
I absolutely trust our attorney,
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah,
That was
I've seen
my-
those before.
that was my only thought.
Okay, so can we just approve, I'll make a different motion to approve task order number 1. And table the agreement until we get feedback from the attorney. Is that better?
I'll second, thank you, that's,
Well, without the agreement with, do we need a task order number 1 if we don't have an agreement with them?
But it's a 0 cost, so what are we out? Anything. They're gonna start working this winter, so.
other than I suppose it says in accordance with agreement between owner and engineer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dated.
Okay. I don't know then.
So you have the
Let's
attorney
just
look
see,
at it.
let's just see what they say.
Yep.
But there was a motion and a second, by you. So we have to vote.
For the task order number 1?
Yeah, but now we can vote on that.
Can you jump
And
ahead?
with your clarity, Mayor, I think I know how I'm gonna vote.
All right, there is a motion and a second on the table to approve task order number 1. Any further discussion?
I was in agreement with Deb in regard to where it said no fee. However, after your clarity about where it says in accordance with agreement between, I think it seems prudent to wait until this is reviewed.
Yeah, I agree.
So all in favor? Opposed? Same sign.
Aye. Opposed?
Opposed. Well, my point is, now are you telling the staff they can't meet with the engineering firm until next month? What are we saying? Because that's what they're asking.
Where are they asking?
Well, that's part of that's what this is.
I haven't,
They,
I didn't read
both
this.
here,
I have no idea what this is.
So I'm just like,
both was here already.
okay, so they don't wanna meet with you at all until
They met
after
with,
January.
they
Okay.
met with David and I on the,
Okay.
in November.
That's what my only make it.
Yes,
If we can say something that we're gonna allow something,
Well, we have the council decision and the vote that approved,
Them as our,
okay,
yeah,
Okay.
well, I guess our,
fine.
Mhm.
Have fun, guys.
and I understand why they want their ducks in a row. They
Yeah, I
want, they
get
want
it.
the agreement signed and I can understand that. But hopefully you can let the attorney know.
they met with us before they sent any of this over to us.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
It's a formality, I'm sure, but just,
Yeah.
Would it be fair to assume that these rates that are listed here were the ones that they sent in their proposal to us? Is that,
That would be my assumption as well.
would you maybe clarify that for us,
I-
Tracy, just kind of cross-reference that just to confirm that? I assume so, but it's an
Yeah.
assumption.
I can go look.
Just so we have that basis covered.
Give me a
Awesome.
quick
Nice
moment.
work, everybody. Hmm.
Is there anything else the council wishes to discuss at this time?
What was this other, what was this item?
That was null and void.
He didn't come to the meeting,
Oh.
somebody, remember when we talked about the rural services situation?
Yeah.
That's what,
That's what this was, okay. Do you think there's a chance he'll be coming back? Would you like these back,
I have
Tracy?
been
No.
thinking a lot about that, when I read that, and,
We're still live.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
well, we can't discuss after
No.
the meeting closes, so.
Yeah.
Historically, that has been used to be a win-win for both the city and for a taxpayer or a landowner.
On a win-lose.
It's not a win-lose. So it's ultimately the council's decision whether to grant it,
Right.
and I guess I'd have to hear some pretty compelling reasons. So, all right, if the council has nothing further to discuss, we will officially close the meeting.